Good day, crew. We've got one of our granddaughters staying with us for a few weeks, so at her request I'm off to chase a few snapper and hopefully get a couple of crabs for her. It's 5:30, I'm getting away from the Raby Bay ramp. It's well and truly first light now, so well and truly into spring. It's going to get harder and harder to get away at first light. I got up at 3 o'clock and say it's 5:30 now, so it's, by the time I pack the boat, stop and get fuel, drive down here, put the boat in, wash the trailer down and get the boat ready to go out, that's about 2.5 hours. It'd be nice to live closer to the water. I do envy those people that do. Never mind, we're out now, we'll see how the day develops. Nice sunrise there, even though there's a lot of cloud. This is a little bit from the sonar from when I was going through Harries to set up for fishing. On the way in I was looking for some live bait, but on that particular morning I couldn't find any. It was a case of either go and look elsewhere to pick up some live bait, or use my backup bait and fish the best part of the tide. I chose to do the latter and fish with my backup bait. And as usual, not even remotely ready. Here we go, now I got it. 2 for 1 this time. The snapper doesn't look too bad. He might be a keeper. Pretty sure I won't bother with the graphics. Oh, you managed to hook me up a line too, you bugger. Well, can't say I'm too happy about that. The outcome. Right, first thing to do is get you off, I think. Then I can deal with what I've got. I'll get you off too. You're definitely going back. Too small to worry about, even if you are legal, which you're not. You're only 27, 28. Oh, come on, just walk there. Now, just got to figure out how we're tangled here. Now be extremely careful when you're untangling 2 lines and one of them is still in the water with bait on it. If you have the line twisted around your finger, a big fish takes the line, it can seriously cut you before you can do anything about it. Whiting and the like don't matter, but if you're likely to hook anything that can go for a good run, then be very, very careful. Alright, here we go. Alright, what are you? It should be about 40. You are 43, so yep, you're a keeper. Kill the fish you catch as soon as possible. The Japanese method known as Iki Jimi is the most humane way to do this. Now that involves putting a knife or an Iki spike into the fish's brain to kill it instantly. The tail will convulse when the knife or spike enters the brain. This is not caused by pain. It's from the random electrical impulses that are sent as the brain dies. After it is dead, cut its throat and let the excess blood escape. I let it bleed for a few minutes and then I put it into an icy brine. You must do this to ensure that you have the best quality meat. And having the best quality meat to take home to the table is just one way to respect your kill. This is some of the mac tuna that I caught on the last trip, and I'm cutting it up here to use it for strip bait. Like bonito, fish love it, and the omega-3 oils in it seem to attract a lot more interest than most other baits. The downside of it is it also attracts the pickers, and being a softer bait, it doesn't take them long to strip it clean. Bloody eel. Bloody eel. You're going to get yourself off and not, aren't you? Are you? What have you done? I'm trying to help you here. I might try to get off and use your bait here if you're not careful. That's it. Now we're getting somewhere. Well, if you can just get this one out, I think you'll have you more or less free. And hang on. Oh, there you go. Now these are a couple of sonar shots from when I was moving around the bay, deciding where to go next. I didn't see them at the time, and I only noticed them when I was reviewing the footage for this video. I'm really quite gutted that I missed seeing these because I should have thrown a line in on them. I guess one of the benefits of not recording your sonar is that what your mind doesn't know, the heart doesn't grieve over lost opportunities. But this was definitely lost opportunities. I might have missed those other two schools of fish, but I did manage to spot this school of bait. It was quite a large school and very thick, so I deployed the Minn Kota and spot locked over it. It's not always you can do this. A lot of the times the bait schools are small and it's best just to drift around and use the main engine to keep you in position near the bait school. But anyway, I spot locked on this and I dropped the sabiki down with the rig I had on it from the last trip when I was catching herring. That rig had number 6 hooks on it, and while they work fine for herring, they were too big for these fish, whatever they were. After missing several hookups, I decided I needed to use a rig with the smaller hooks if I was going to do any good. Over a big school of bait, and I need a different rig on here, full on. That worked really well until I caught a string of 4 fish which managed to swim around each other and turn a good sabiki rig into a hopeless mess. This happens sometimes. Make sure you have a few spare sabiki rigs on board to cover these occasions. Oh, got a big string this time, and they all tangled it. When this happens, I always have a go at untangling it, but time is critical, so if you can't see how to undo the damage in about 30 seconds, best to cut your losses, trash the sabiki rig and put a new one on. If you can see how it's tangled in 30 seconds, even if it takes you another 30 seconds or a minute to untangle it, that's probably time well spent. But as I say, otherwise, just trash it. As you can see, putting on a new rig takes less than 2 minutes. It's certainly a lot quicker than it would have taken me to clear that tangle that I had. Oh, tangled again. On the other hand, I wouldn't cut a rig off for small tangles like this one that can be cleared in less than a minute. This one might be a bit easier to get out though. Some of it seems to be just hooks caught around each other. So if I get them off in order, it shouldn't be too bad. Last pair, that's it, got him again. I'll get him up one of the... Oh, bloody hell. I'd rather get him up one at a time than have a big tangle. Tangled again. Now that I had a reasonable load of live bait, I had the option of going back to Harries or going somewhere else. And because the bite was dying down at Harries when I left, I decided I'd go up to the fowl ground and try that. Unfortunately, a boat with a couple of people on it had beaten me to it, and while they weren't exactly in the spot that I was thinking about trying, they were close enough to it that it would have been bad form for me to anchor up where I wanted to. So I had a look around on the sounder, and I found a spot that looked like it might be okay, so I spot locked on that and gave it a go. Now when you're looking for somewhere to fish, there's no good pulling up to a mark and hoping you catch something. You've actually got to be able to read your sounder and find where the fish are, because just because you've got a mark, or I've given you a mark that says fish are in this area, doesn't mean they're going to be right there where that mark is. They might be 100 metres away from that mark. You have to search around that mark for them. As you can see on the sounder, it's not a brilliant show of fish, but it is something to make it worthwhile dropping a bait on it. On this one. Oh, bloody grinner. He took my live bait. You bastard. Right, well, you're back in the crab pot tonight then. Having a small bait net makes it easier to catch the bait in the live well. If you do get one, just make sure you got one that's coated in rubber or silicone, whatever, so it won't damage the bait. But once you've got it out of the live bait well, you really can't avoid handling it if you're going to hold it still and put a hook in it. I use either 1 or 2 hooks for live bait. I've been using the Snell rig much more these days for live bait. I've always used it for dead bait. but I've been using it for live bait, and I put the bottom hook in the side of the fish, about a third to a half of the way down the body, usually in and back out on the same side. The top hook goes through the nose, either through the nostrils or up from under the jaw. Either way works. Herring are a bit more delicate than most of the other bait species. After you handle them to put them on the hook, they are going to die. If you're lucky, most of the time something will eat them before that can happen. But if you haven't got a bite in 5 or 10 minutes, pull it back in and check it. If it's dead, replace it and cut the dead one up for burley. For burley chunks like this, I usually toss them out one at a time. When I lose sight of one, then I toss the next one over. Dead weight, so it's nothing I want. I don't think it's anything I want. I could be wrong. Oh. Jagged. Come on, boy. Oh. He's undersized at 30, 32. Oops, lazy. Oh, there you go. Oh, a good one this time. Getting some head shake. Oh, come on. Come on, boy. That's it. That's a nice one. Oh, it fell. There we go. Get you out of this net. Now, where are you going to go? Not as big as I thought. You are 50. Oh, that's still alright. That's it. Oh, what have we got here? Little Samson fish. I think that's what he is, a little sandbay. Come on. That's a boy. Don't know whether you're legal or not. So walking up. Samson's probably 50, yeah. Okay, you gotta be 50. Thought so. You're undersized. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm truly undersized. Rightio. I don't know if you'll see this in the video, but there's a shark, I think just out there, just under the surface. He's just cruising real slow. Looking for a feed too, I guess. Soft's playing on this. I unhooked him now. Have I? I think I have a small one. Yep. Ha ha ha. Oh geez, I got two. Oh no, something's took a bite out of him. Geez, did you take that? Wow, alright. Well, for your audacity, you can go in the bait tank. Oh, don't tell me I got you again. Right, yeah, different one, different colour, the same species. A little bit darker on your spots. Not ready to go down anyway. I'm going to wrap the video up at this point. There's a little bit more to show you, and I'll probably do a short video with that next week because I won't have time to edit up my next trip before the weekend. That'll be the following weekend. But I've thrown out a few tips throughout the video. I hope you've learnt something from them. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching it. Until next time, good fishing.